So we were doing grammar and we did prepositions. That's what I remember.
Yeah, I also remember that. I feel like I might have forgotten preposition stuff. Or like, I don't think I practiced it since the stream. Maybe I thought about like a few examples.
Okay, so
Okay, I forget exactly how the prepositions work. Do I have a tree of that? Where would the trees be? Where does my node save trees? Xmind. I always try to search my node, but it's called Xmind.
okay, well here, try this sentence in stream.
Okay. Let's move things around a bit. Maybe. Okay. Okay. What do I want? To stream. Yeah. Uh, what? Okay. I can make new somehow. I forget. Right click. Huh. New file. Nope. Okay. Verb. Subject. Joe.
Yep, good. You found those right away.
Object. Banana.
Yep.
Okay. And then there's from Mexico. Okay.
Yep,
I think
what's
I'm.
that?
Okay. Okay, so it's Joe, who is from Mexico. I forget exactly how to do prepositions, but I feel like this is right.
Yeah, from Mexico. Which one's the preposition?
Which one is the preposition? I forget exactly what a preposition is, but like the preposition. Okay, this is a prepositional phrase. This is a word which might be called a preposition because there's like a list of a lot of prepositions. So I think from is the preposition.
Yes, it's a connection word. It connects a noun and it forms some sort of modifier.
Okay, connects a word and forms
It
some
connects a
sort of.
noun,
Okay.
not any word. So Mexico is its noun. And it connects it to Joe. And
Okay.
the preposition tells you what type of connection it is. Like from is different than on or before.
From is different from.
Different types of connections.
Yeah. So it's not like. Wait, so you could have Joe in Mexico ate a banana in America.
Sure.
That would be like he's right on the border and the banana's in America, but he's in Mexico. Alright, then what else is there? From Mexico. Ate banana. Okay, and then at. I'm thinking that is a preposition.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah,
What does
if
it
I'm
connect
unsure,
to what?
does it connect to what? Okay, he ate. Okay, the banana was at a table. Okay, I'm not exactly sure how to do it, but this is like my first guess. And
Okay, yeah. So what is the thing that's in America?
what is the thing is? I think that wait. I think tables in America. That's what I was gonna say, but it might be banana.
I think it's table. I agree with you.
Okay.
It's not
Mm,
100% like grammatically implied. You have to somewhat think about what the sentence says and figure out what makes sense.
mm.
There isn't just like a hard rule. It's not like math.
Okay, so
Okay, and then so the in next the words table
okay.
and America. Like from was connecting Joe and Mexico. All right, and then what about the at a table in America?
Okay.
What is that giving us more information about? Because so there's several things it could be. The most likely candidates would be banana, 8, or maybe Joe, but probably not. Because if
So
it was for Joe, it should probably go earlier in the sentence.
okay, so wait, what are we looking at?
What is
Okay.
the at a table connecting to? What word is table connected to via at?
Uh, I think would be 8. It's saying like where he ate.
Yep, that is my thought. I figured it was the eating rather than the banana that was at a table.
Huh. The banana. Huh. I guess the banana is also at a table, but if
Yeah,
you're
kind
eating,
of.
I mean, like the banana could be at a table, but then
Bananas
you're
are
not
usually
at a
on a
table.
table instead of at a table.
Oh, huh. I guess this would just go over here, I think.
Yep.
Hmm. I'm trying to think if there's something with the word order that I'm missing. What do I check for with word order? What are what's the kind of
Oh,
principle I could
well,
use?
if you want it under a verb, you can put the subject first and the
Okay.
object or the complement second, and then the modifiers at the end out of the way.
Okay, so I can kind of try to have it like, what's it called? The normal word order thing. FIA
Yeah.
grammar article talked about like subject, verb, object complement, so I can try to keep it like that. So subject, uh, verb doesn't really count. Object
Yep.
and complement. It's like mentioning where it was from. I'm not
No,
sure if this is actually a
it's a
complement though.
modifier.
Oh, modifier. What is a
Complement is just an object with a linking verb. Just a different word.
complement? Ob- okay. Object with a linking verb. So Joe is a banana.
Sure. Yeah,
So
then it
banana
would
would
be a
be.
complement.
Okay.
Okay. So that was prepositions again.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go ahead at all?
Where did I get to? Before modifiers in the grammar article.
Oh, so like back here.
Yeah. I like reached the end of the sentence or end of the step.
Okay. Well, we did the part 1 practice stuff. So let's move on to part 2.
Okay. And then do I have like simple
So
sentence patterns? That's just showing the normal patterns. Then I don't know what conclusion is. If I should read that. Okay, we're doing part 2 complex sentence grammar.
oh, I don't know if we did these patterns. Okay. So a sentence has a subject, then a verb, then an object or a complement. So there's like 2 main
Okay.
patterns.
Where's that? This thing's too small. I need to increase size.
Well, it's a simple sentence. And we'll find out what the difference is later.
Okay, so simple sentence, normal pattern.
That's the pattern, and then you can have modifiers wherever, extra modifiers all over.
Okay. The patterns on modifiers to be added. Okay, simple sentences. Wait, patterns. That's
This is a
prepositional phrases,
pattern.
that's modifiers. I'm trying to find where you are. Okay, there we go. I finally found it. Okay. Okay. Subject, action, verb, object. That's like normal action verb. And then like, yeah. And the object can be like nothing. I think I ate is an action verb. I mean action sentence.
Yes.
Okay. No, nothing. Okay. Are you doing something? I forget.
Just so then the other pattern is with a linking verb as a
Okay.
complement, and the complement is a noun or an adjective, and the complement is required, whereas the object was optional.
Alright, that was something I. Oh yeah, complement being complete seemed interesting to me. I never thought about it
Oh yeah,
that
a
before.
complement is a completer. I got that from Peikoff in his grammar lectures. So it's completing your thought. Without the complement, it would be incomplete because you'd have like Joe is, and then you'd be like, what? What is he? You didn't complete your thought.
Peacock, objectivist person. I thought Noam Chomsky was objectivist person for a second, I think.
No, Chomsky is very different.
Yeah. He also did grammar stuff. Okay, completer. Fires to be added anyway? Huh. It's like red
Oh yeah, you
check.
have this written down, basically what I just said.
Wait, what? I'm confused. Right. Oh yeah, I saw what you wrote, so I like kind of wrote that down as
Oh,
well.
did you just write that now?
No, I already wrote this after I read your sentence.
Oh, okay.
This was a while ago, like 20 minutes. No, okay. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so those are just the standard patterns of how English works. So English follows patterns. You don't just put words in random places.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are some special cases, like sometimes with a question, you change things around, but there's this basic pattern of what you do.
Basic pattern of what you do normally. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So, sentences, you can look at groups of words in the sentence and how the different groupings work together.
Oh, so
And a
that kind
group is a subtree
of
or
group
branch.
is tree. Okay, it
You
seems like it
can
would kind of
take
act
a
similar to a
section of a
preposition.
tree. Group or group.
Okay.
Yeah, so prepositional phrases are a group where the whole group acts like one thing. Like they work together to do one thing as a whole. Makes sense? That's the basic idea of a group, is you can look at the individual parts and they have an individual meaning. You can also look at the whole group and it has one meaning where everything just adds up to one total. So you can look at the same things and there's meanings at different levels. There's like the individual word level and the group level. And you can have a group within a group, so you can have many levels. Just like a tree can have a group within a group within a group. And then within that, you have the individual things as well. Make sense?
Okay, that makes sense. Trees having different groups. The way you're talking about it with grammar, though, I'm not fully sure if it makes sense.
Yeah,
right now, I was just thinking of
we'll
like
get to actual examples.
I was thinking of like you can remove some prepositions, and it's like still the same thing. You just lost detail. Like Joe ate a banana. You could remove Joe from Mexico at a table in America, and it would still have like the same meaning. But if you had, or it'd still have like the same basic stuff, but it wouldn't have the details.
Yes, some groups are more optional than others. Okay, so in the article I go through the general concept of a group. You can group together sandwich, soup, and drink and call that lunch. And then the soup is itself a group of broth, chicken, rice, and carrots. Sandwich is itself a group with bread, meat, tomatoes, pickles, mustard, and mayo. Pickles then is itself a group with 5 different individual pickles in it. And an individual pickle is a group of atoms. You can look at different levels. What?
The atoms part made it really big.
Yeah, then you had a lot of things grouped together. But yeah, a single pickle is like a bajillion atoms. And every individual atom like exists and has meaning and like operates as an individual thing. You can also look at the group and not worry about all the details internal to it. So, yeah, grouping is a very broad concept you can use in thinking about all kinds of things. Because, you know, a pickle has too many atoms in it. Over 1 billion trillion atoms. I must have looked that up because they gave an actual number there.
Huh. A billion trillions? That's like a billion trillions, a billion times a trillion, I think.
Yeah. So 1 billion has 9 zeros. Yeah, million is 6, 1,000 is 3. So then
So
billion is 9.
3 each time?
Yeah. Yeah. So then trillion is 12. So 1 billion times a trillion is 9 plus 12, 21 zeros. So 1 0 0 0 1 2 4 5. Yep. All right, there we go. So it's more than that. More than that many atoms. And then you make it into one group. And then you take like 5 of them and you make that into one group. And then you add in like tomatoes and bread and meat and you make that into one group. And then you add like a soup and a drink and you make that into one group of lunch.
Okay.
And then you can take like all your lunches in your whole life and make that into one group, lunches, plural.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure how exponents work, but I think you can do something similar to multiplying by 1, where you just take that number and, okay, so like 1 to the power of any number, and it should be that exact number. I think that's how it works.
No, 1 to any number is 1, because as you have 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times
if it's repeated,
and you keep doing that, you're still gonna get 1.
So it's just multiplication. Okay, so exponents, you take a number, times it by the first thing, get the result, then times it by the, or I'm not exactly sure. Okay, exponents is repeated multiplication.
Yep, so some of the particularly well-known exponents are tens, because if you do 10 to a power, you just get a 1 with that many zeros.
Oh,
Like 10 to the 2 is 100, and 10 to the 21 is a 1 with 21 zeros after it.
I didn't
Because
know
every
that.
time you multiply by 10, you're adding 1 0.
Every time yeah, I think 1 0. Oh yeah, that's like a common.
So like 10
Yeah.
to the 3 equals 10x 10x 10. So you get 3 zeros.
Okay, so 10 times. Wait, so 10 to the power of 1 would just be 10. Wait,
Yep.
would it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you just multiply 1 10. And then any idea what 10 to the 0 is?
Okay, so 10. Okay, so what is 10 to the power of 1? You multiply 10 by 1? Wait. I don't know. I think it would be like 0 something. I forget exactly how exponents work, so I'm not.
So
But
with multiplication, you can always add a times 1.
you can
And
always.
it doesn't change the number.
Yeah. If you do times 0, it makes it 0 though.
Yeah, so 10 to the 0 is just 1. You get a 1 with 0 zeros out. And you can even do negative exponents. This one equals 0.1 equals 1 divided by 10. 10 to the minus 2 equals 0.01 equals. So you start adding decimal zeros when you get to the negative exponent. So it's very convenient to use exponents of 10.
Okay, I'm not sure how it's doing. Okay, I'm not sure how 0 makes it become 1, and because of that, I'm not sure how negatives become decimals.
Yeah, they're kind of separate things. But
It seems similar.
so okay, well, do these make sense? Like 10 to the 3 is 1 times 10 times 10 times 10.
Like it tends to the 3 is 1 times 10. Okay, I'm not sure why there's a 1
You can
at the
always
beginning.
start with a 1 when you're doing multiplication, just like with addition, you can always add a 0 and be like 0 plus 3 plus 5. You can start at 0 on the number line, and then go up by 3, and then go up by 5, and you end up at 8. That's what 3 plus 5 is.
Okay, so it's like an implied start at 0.
For addition, you start at 0. For multiplication, you start at 1. Because multiplying by 1 doesn't do anything. Just like adding 0 doesn't do anything. It's like the default.
Yeah. So if you start at multiplying by 0, it will make whatever you're multiplying 0.
Yeah, so to get from this one to this one, what's the difference between them?
Okay, so to this one. Wait a minute. I got confused. Like, one of them does.
There's one fewer 10.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. There's one fewer 10, or another way to put it is you divide by 10, and then you get the next answer. Or you just take away one of the 10s, cross it out.
Okay.
Right?
I think I'm confused because I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing with this.
Well, we're looking at what happens when you go from 10 to the third to 10 to the second.
10 to the 10. Okay, so you start at 1, and then you do 10 times 10, that gets you 100. Then if you did that by 10, it would be 1,000, but so that'd be the 3's. Or 10 to the power of 3. 10 to the power of 2 would just be 100, though.
Yeah, so there's one fewer 10, or in other words, to go from 10 to the third to 10 to the second, you can divide by 10. Like 1,000 divided by 10 equals 100. right? Now, when you go from 10 to the second to 10 to the first, what's the difference?
Okay, 10 to the second. You're removing another.
Yeah, there's
10.
one fewer 10. You can divide by 10, or you can just remove, cross out one of the 10s. Now, you go from 10 to the first down to 10 to the 0. What do?
There's no 10.
Yeah, you just remove a 10 or divide by 10. So, like, you start at 1,000, you divide by 10. Now you're at 100. You divide by 10. You get to 10, and then you divide by 10 again, and what do you get to? 1, not 0. 10 divided by 10, now we're at 1.
Wait, so if you did 58 to the power of 0, would it still just be 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything to the 0 is 1.
To the 0.
Right,
What
so
about
1
0?
fits the pattern that we kept dividing by 10. Yeah, 0 to the 0. I think that's 1. See what Google thinks.
Google.
Yeah, 1.
Huh.
Because we're not multiplying any zeros together.
Wait, what if you have a negative number to the power of a number? Negative 10.
Also 1, because you're not multiplying any negative 10, so you never get the negative.
Negative 10 to the power of 2.
Yeah, that's 100, because you're multiplying 2 negative 10s, so the negatives cancel out. But when you have a negative to the power that's an odd number, then you get a negative.
I'm not sure how the... Oh, right, you're multiplying it by...
Like, do you know what minus 2 times minus 2 is?
Minus 2 times minus 2. No, for some reason I'm having trouble thinking of that. Okay, what about like minus 10 times 2? It'd be like... yeah, not really sure. Okay, if you did minus 10 plus 10, then that would be 0. If you did minus 10 times 2, then it would be 2 minus 10s, so that would be minus 20.
Yeah.
Minus 10 times minus... Wait, minus 10 times 1 would just be minus 10. Minus 10 times minus 1. Not sure what happened there. You have...
Yeah, well, when you have a negative number of negative things, you get positive.
Of a negative. So we have...
Because you're going negative twice, you end up at positive, because it's like you're reversing it twice.
Okay, so you can like start at 10. Let's add a minus to that. Now it's a minus 10. And it's like implied starting at like 1.
Right. But then if you minus it again, you go back to 10.
Huh. Okay.
Negative negative 10 would just be 10.
Okay. Negative, negative. Okay.
Negating means that you switch a positive number to a negative number, or a negative number to a positive number. If you do it twice, you got back where you started. If you do it 4 times, you got back where you started.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so with the exponents, we had this pattern where each one was division by 10 less than the previous one, right? When we're going down. Or if we're going up, each one is 10 times the previous one. So it's another thing is, if 10 to the 1 is 10, and it's going to be 10 times the previous thing, then what does 10 to the 0 have to be? It has to be 1, because 10 times 1. Anyways, if you keep following the pattern, well, you take 1 and you divide by 10, and then you got 1/10 for 10 to the negative 1. You follow the pattern, and the next one has to be divide by 10 again and get 1 over 100.
Yeah. Is there any way to do negatives with exponents that doesn't cancel them out?
Like -3? So the 3?
Wait, I'm not sure I understand.
Is this what you're asking about? -3 times -3 equals this. Here we have -3 times -3, so that's 9 because it's negative twice, so they cancel out. Then we have one more -3, so we get to 27, and also it's negative because this negative didn't get canceled out. So when you have an odd number of negatives, you actually get negative.
Okay. Okay, so if you did -10 to the power of 11, or if you did it to the 10, then I'm not sure what would happen. I don't know the negatives enough. But if you did it at 11, it would be negative still. Okay. First time would be negative, and the second time would be a positive. So like cancel each other out. Okay. Okay.
So what negative exponents actually are is repeated division. So 10 to the -2 means you start at 1 and then you divide by 10 to. Whereas 10 to the +2 means you start at 1 and you multiply by 10.
If you start at 1, it's
I actually forgot, kind of. Google that. Wait, isn't to the 1/2 square root? Oh, yeah. Okay, there's negative exponents and there's also fraction exponents. That's what was confusing me. Fraction exponents do something different. So we won't worry about fraction exponents.
Okay.
Anyway, so grouping.
Group.
Okay, a sentence is a group of words, and you can talk about the individual words or the whole sentence. And inside a sentence, you can have groups like the red ball, which every individual word has a meaning, and then also the group as a whole has a meaning, like you know what a red ball is. Okay, so far?
Talking words inside sentences. Okay, so the red ball is a group of words, and then each word has a meaning. Yeah.
The individual words have a meaning, and the group has a meaning as well. You can view this as one idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so grammar has two different words for grouping. Clause and phrase.
Okay, so clause is like a complete sentence, and phrase is not.
Yeah. I mean, there's other grouping words as well, like sentence and paragraph. But you already know those anyways. Okay, so yeah, a clause is a complete thought, so it has a subject and a verb. And a phrase is equivalent to like a noun or an adjective or a verb. It's like a smaller thing.
Yeah. So, wait, you could do the ball, which is red, and then I think that'd be a prepositional phrase. The which is red.
No, it's actually something more complicated.
Oh.
You can notice, so when you say the ball which is red, notice the verb.
Alright. Okay.
So if which was a preposition, it wouldn't have a verb after it, it would just have a noun after it.
Huh. Is there a way to have an adjective inside of a preposition?
Prepositional phrase? Yeah, sure. So the ball on the big table. So now I have big, as well as the, which is debatably an adjective. Big is definitely an adjective.
Okay. Okay. I don't want them to be an adjective of ball, though.
Oh, you want an adjective of ball to be in the prepositional phrase?
Yes.
I don't think it works that way.
Oh.
I think the adjectives for ball would just go next to ball.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, so the sentence pattern that we were learning earlier,
Yeah.
this thing, what this really is, this is the pattern for a clause. And a simple sentence is a sentence with one clause. But then there are also more complicated sentences that have multiple clauses, so you'll see this pattern get used multiple times in the same sentence.
Huh. Okay. How can you? I'm trying to think of two clauses in one sentence right now.
Okay.
So.
So John is wise and John is tall.
Yeah. Wait, you could also have John is wise while John plays basketball.
Yeah. I mean, that example is pretty awkward, but while is one of the words that lets you have two clauses.
Yeah, what are some other things? Wait, did I miss sometimes? Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, that makes sense then. Sometimes.
Okay, so here's an example sentence. Unusually cute cats very quickly ate kibble during the day.
Okay.
Do you want to try to figure out the phrases? Find phrases.
Phrases. Okay.
I'll paste it in Tutoring.
Oh. Okay, so.
You can just try hitting enter when you find a phrase, like kind of like that, to split up the
Okay.
phrases.
Cute cats. Okay, it's unusually cute cats. Does it have a verb? The unusually. No.
Okay, any idea what type of phrase that is?
Uh. Hmm. Okay, so what just happened? Okay. These are modifying cats. Wait, what is the doing? Okay, that's just the cats, I think.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then
so
unusually is modifying cute. They're like not normally cute. It's not
yeah.
like the cats are unusually. It'd be like unusual cats.
Yep. So if you made it into a tree, which of those four words would be the parent with all the other words under it?
Cats.
Yes. And what type of word is cats?
Subject.
Yes. Also noun. So it's a noun phrase.
Not noun
You could
phrase.
call it a subject phrase, but noun phrase comes up more because it's a more generic thing. Like you have noun phrases that aren't subjects, but they're still similar. It's the same thing, the unusually cute cats. You could use it as an object or as a prepositional object.
Preposition. Unusually cute. Okay,
Right.
so like
It doesn't have to be a subject. You could have
John
the
hates the unusually cute
lions
cats.
ate the very
Oh no.
right. So it could be an object, and then you could also have the lions gave the ball to the unusually cute cats. So now it is a prepositional object. It's the object of to.
Okay. Gave the ball to. So that's okay. The cats are the object.
In this one, they're the object of to.
Huh. Okay.
They're the prepositional object.
Okay.
It's a
Prepositional.
prepositional phrase. You want to make a tree of this?
Okay, I'll try to, but I'm not sure. Okay, I'm trying to
I'll just
apply
let me
things.
simplify it for you. Just gonna remove some words. There.
Okay.
Right, I just got rid of modifiers.
Okay. So what do we have? Gave. Mm. 9.
And then what did they give?
Okay. Here you go.
Yep. Yeah, so cats is the prepositional object. It is the noun that is being linked by to.
Okay, so this is the preposition, this is the prepositional phrase, and then this is the prepositional object. I still don't think I quite understand what prepositional object is. I don't feel like I have a good understanding of it.
It's a noun which is
And
linked
now,
by a preposition to something else.
okay, so this is a noun.
Yes.
Is it being linked to something else? It's being linked to balls.
Yes. It has a
And
relationship. There's a relationship between the word balls and the word cats. And what type of relationship is it? It is a to relationship. Word to is linking them together. Actually, your tree is actually incorrect. The link is really gave cats linked by to. It's really telling us it's telling us about the giving, the what the giving was to. It's not really telling us about the balls.
No. Okay, so W. This.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it makes more sense that way. They gave to the cats rather than balls to cats. So yeah, two links these two things together. So it links this thing, which is the object of the preposition, to this thing, the thing being modified.
Yeah, I'm gonna check something. Yes, if I move it here, that was weird. For some reason, I can't see the gray color from your stream on the X mind, like from the lions, balls, two, and cats. have like a gray background, but I can't see it.
Oh, yeah, they look like they have a white background to me.
Huh.
They have a gray background for you? That's odd.
Yeah.
I always
Those
saw
look
just your
strange.
root nodes as having gray backgrounds only.
Okay. Picture, tutoring. Maybe this will show the gray for you.
Oh yes, it's just very light.
Huh.
Okay, it's very light, plus Discord has a shitty video algorithm for compression. That's like literally just like, well, we'll just say this whole area is white and save bandwidth.
Hmm.
I think that's kind of what's going on here.
Uh,
Yeah, so okay. So you found there's a noun phrase at the beginning
okay, noun
of the
phrase.
sentence.
Okay, cats are a noun phrase. Okay, so it's a phrase that has to do with a noun.
Yes,
I'm not
it has
quite
a
sure.
noun as its leader word, and when you put it in a sentence, you put it in a noun slot. Like, you find a part of the sentence where you need a noun, and then you could put the unusually cute cats there.
Okay, so it's like the unusually. Okay, so you can do the subject, verb, object thing, but with like phrases instead.
Yes, so it is, the standard sentence pattern is noun phrase, verb phrase, noun phrase, subject, and then object.
Can it also be complement?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, so unusually cute cats, subject,
And
or noun.
if you put a preposition, then you would get another noun phrase, object. Right. If there's a preposition, then the pattern is you have to have another noun phrase to go with your preposition.
Okay. So prepositions link nouns to something else, I think.
Yes.
Okay. So prepositions always have a noun in them.
Yes. There's always a
Like,
noun after the preposition. Well, there's exceptions where it gets put somewhere else, but in general, you're just gonna have the noun after. You'll have a preposition and then you'll have a noun phrase immediately after it.
okay. During the day seems like a modifier to me. Very
Yes.
quickly, kibble is just the verb, so I can enter there. I don't know why it made like indentations, like it's a tree.
Oh, I know why.
Why? Is it when
Okay.
you
So
select
you had
something?
like X, Y, Z, kind of like this, right?
Okay,
It,
X, Y,
right?
Z.
Now,
It was
suppose I put
like,
my cursor here and I hit enter.
it was-
Now, why is there a space there? Because there was a space in the original, right? See, we have Y space Z, and then I put my
original.
cursor before space Z. And then
Uh,
I hit enter, and it keeps the spaces. Just, yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. So I did it here, then that wouldn't happen. It doesn't matter though, and it kind of actually maybe works, does it? I
Yeah,
don't know.
okay. So, you know what during the day is?
No. It's like mentioning.
What about the day? Do you know what that is?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, what about just day? What's day?
A kibble. I don't know.
Part of speech.
Wait, part of speech. Wait,
Is it an adjective?
is day an
Yeah.
adjective? Uh, I think it can be.
I think daytime is an adjective. I don't know if day is.
If you said you ate something during the day, is that an adjective? Uh,
Dictionary does not appear to have it as adjective, sorry.
uh, uh.
Because you can say like a daytime job. People actually say day job, so they're using day as an adjective in the phrase day job. But I guess that's kind of informal. Anyways, what is it here? Is it a verb?
Is it a verb? Okay, during the day. I don't think so.
Is it a noun?
The day. I
Is a
think
day a
so.
thing? Yeah. So there's a big hint here. The and also a always go with a noun. They only go with nouns.
Oh. Huh.
You can't have like thus and then a verb. The ate. That
The
is.
you can't have like the is. You can have it if it's like
They
meta or
can be
something.
split
If
up
it's like
though. So
talking
you can have
about it
like
is.
the big table, right? So
Yeah.
that goes with table. So there is a
Yeah.
different word in the middle. But it definitely does not mean the big.
Yeah.
Okay, so day is a noun, so the day is a what?
I don't know. That is modifying day. It's mentioning which day it is, but I don't know
Yes.
what the day is. If we just
Is it
look
a
at it
phrase?
alone,
Is it a clause?
I think it would be a phrase if we just look at it alone.
Okay, yes.
Nothing else.
What type of phrase is it?
I want to say noun phrase, but I kind of forget what that is.
A noun phrase is a phrase where the top of the tree for that phrase is a noun.
Okay, this would be at the top of the tree. Yes, that'd be a noun phrase.
Yes, okay. So when you have a noun phrase, you need some other thing in the sentence that it can go with, such as a verb or a preposition. So it can be a subject or an object. Right?
Subject. Okay, we need something else that it can go with. So the noun phrase can be a something or object.
Subject or object.
Yeah, subject.
Like a sentence has to follow a pattern. So we have like the pattern, noun phrase, which is the subject, then verb phrase, then noun phrase, which is the object, and so on. So
Okay.
every noun phrase has to have a spot in a pattern that lets it be in the sentence.
Mm-hmm.
There are other ways nouns can get into sentences, but we're only worrying about these ones for now. So
Okay.
okay, so how many verbs do you have in this sentence?
How many verbs do I have? Wait. In
Whole sentence.
everything?
Yeah.
Okay. The cute cats ate. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if during is a verb. School.
Is during an action. Like John
Yeah.
during.
Wait, no. No, it's not an action.
Does during have a subject?
During has the day. That seems like it would be a subject of during.
Is the day doing an action?
No.
A during action? No. Okay, so it's not a verb. Makes
Oh.
sense.
Okay. I'm not sure. I still don't see how it wouldn't be a linking verb.
Linking verbs are basically is mostly.
Ah. Is. Okay.
We can get to if it was a linking verb, what would be linking it? What would it link to what?
You'd be linking the 8 to the day?
Okay, but is ate a noun?
No.
So it can't be a linking verb because things it's linking are not two nouns. Or a noun and an adjective. A linking
Kibble.
verb needs to have a subject on its left that it's linking to.
Linking verb needs to have a subject. That is. Okay. Subject on the left. So. Okay, the only thing I can think of is kibble during the day.
Yeah, it would have to be that in order to be a linking verb, but kibble during the day, is that a sentence? Does that make sense?
No.
Yep. So, how many verbs are there in the sentence?
Seems like one.
Okay, one verb. How many nouns are there? Or noun phrases?
Or noun phrases. Okay, so that's a noun phrase. It starts with cat. This is a noun phrase. It starts with day. This does not start with kibble.
Okay, but
So, two noun phrases.
hold on. Kibble, you could split kibble onto its own line, though, couldn't you?
I think so.
Yeah,
Or,
go ahead
I'm
and
not quite sure.
go ahead and split it.
Okay.
Kibble by itself is a noun, so you have a noun phrase there, one word.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So if you have three different nouns: cats, kibble, and day.
Yeah.
Kibble is a noun, like however you try to group it, it's still a noun. And you have one verb, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how many nouns go with a verb?
How many? I think 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2 because the object is optional. Makes sense?
Yeah. If it's a linking, then it has to be
Okay, so
2.
verbs use 1 to 2 nouns every time.
Wait, if it's
Okay.
linking, it doesn't have to be 2 because you can have a complement like Joe is red. I don't think red is a noun.
Oh, yeah. So linking verbs can have an adjective instead of a noun after them. So yeah, it's going to be 1 or 2.
Okay.
So they always have a subject and they might have a noun as an object or a complement.
Might have a noun. Yeah.
Okay. So if we have one verb and 3 nouns, does it work? And the nouns
No.
all go with the verb.
Doesn't seem like it.
Right. So you need something else to allow that many nouns to be in the sentence.
Yes.
And there are various things that could be, like, so what allows more nouns besides verbs? 1, prepositions; 2, conjunctions.
Did you try to write 2, but then it just auto did 2 because it's like doing bullet points or something?
I forgot what I wrote, but bullet points are fine.
Okay. I saw you like press enter, then you like it was 2.2, and then you had to
Oh,
delete the 2.
yeah, maybe I did that then.
Okay, conjunctions. Wait. Okay, so you could have the red cat and the blue cat and the green cat and the purple cat
Yep,
in cereal.
yep.
Then blue, red, purple, cereal, 4 nouns.
Yeah. So there you have, it's called a compound subject because the subject has multiple nouns in it combined together.
Hmm.
They're all the subject because they're all doing the eating. Every color of cat is verbing. Anyways, so right, there's too many nouns for the number of verbs, so you need to look for these other things. There are other things to direct object.
Okay. Does never mind mean like don't think about it right
Don't
now?
worry about it for now. We're not going to learn these now, and I didn't use them.
Okay. So conjunctions and prepositions. Okay. Okay. Usually can very quickly.
Oh, yeah. So things that allow verbs. I'll just
Kibble.
label it like this: things that allow verbs, nouns.
Okay. So I think. Wait. Is during. Okay, during doing something. It is like a. Okay, so what is this? This is
Yes,
mentioning the
during
subject,
is the
verb.
key word that has to be something that works with another noun.
Okay. Okay, so is it a verb or a preposition? What is a preposition? It links a noun with a noun? I forget exactly. I think it links a noun with a noun.
A noun with anything.
Oh, a noun with anything? Right. Gave it into noun, but it got prepositioned with two cats.
Well, it links anything with a noun. Anything first, and then preposition, and then noun.
Okay. So this is, I'm going to try changing this right now. Okay, so we have, okay, verb, 8. Subject, cats. Okay, then. Okay, cats, then 8, kibble, and then also, wait, no. Very is modifying the quickly. It's like half quick. Okay, and then
Yep.
they ate it during the yeah. Okay, so what am I doing? Trying to figure out what during is. Okay.
So what is the role of during the day as a group? What does it do?
Okay, it's linking the, well, it's doing. It's telling us when they ate.
Okay, so more information about 8.
Yeah.
So is it a modifier?
Is it a modifier? During at 6 p.m. I think so. It does seem to be modifying 8.
Yes. Okay, yeah. So it is a modifier. And is that what prepositions do? Is make modifiers?
I'm trying to look at this preposition specifically right now.
Those 2 cats modify gave.
Yeah, I think it's like mentioning what it gave to, like what who it was given to. Fuck Google for 4. Okay, I think a preposition can modify something.
Yeah, a prepositional phrase is always a modifier.
Oh, always.
Yeah, it links something being modified with, yeah, the prepositional object. During is a preposition. If you're not sure about these things, you can look them up. And here we go. And if you look them up, you will get used to what words are prepositions more.
Okay. I can try to look things up more. It doesn't seem to have a dictionary.
You can go to mw.com. This one's pretty decent. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know how to tell. What's it called? A good dictionary.
Okay.
Don't know how to tell something's good dictionary.
Okay, so we're looking at phrases. So
Phrases.
you have a noun phrase here.
Again, this isn't a noun phrase. It's a phrase, and it starts with a noun. This isn't a noun phrase. That's a preposition. I guess kibble is a noun phrase, sure.
Okay, so we have these four phrases. We have the noun, the subject, the noun, the object, the verb, and the prepositional phrase, right?
Okay, verb. A verb, modifiers, verbs, and the preposition
Prepositional phrase.
phrase. Yeah.
Okay, and then you can do other groupings as well. For example, what is this?
Unusual. I don't know. Unusually is modifying cute.
What part of speech is the lead word here?
Cute. I don't know what lead word means. It's like the one at the top of the tree, though.
Yeah, lead or head. It's the leader of the group. It's like in charge, it's the boss. It's the root of the subtree.
Okay, so that'd be pretty cute. Huh. Root seems almost confusing, because like roots go at the bottom of a tree.
Yeah, where you draw our trees upside down. Compared to the metaphor, we have leaves at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Trees can be drawn the other way, but this way I think works well for what we're doing. This is how I usually draw them, with the root at the top.
Is there an option? Didn't
You're on
change
map
it.
style instead of
Oh.
See right here, you can select map or style. Style is the specific thing you've selected, and map is the whole document. I believe. If you want to switch the one you already have, yeah, you should click on it and then style and then
Structure. Up. Oh,
and
yeah.
then it
There you
changes
go.
like that. But if you change the map style, I think you can make the default be better when you make new trees, probably.
Not sure.
Or not. Okay, so what is cute unusually? What is this group?
Cute. Unusually.
What job is it doing?
I don't know. It's like modifying cats, but if I'm looking at it alone, I'm not sure what it's doing.
Yeah, it's modifying cats.
Oh.
So, what part of speech is cute?
It's cute. I don't know. It's modifying cats. I feel like there's something, but I'm not understanding it.
Do you remember the word for a modifier for a noun?
A modifier for a noun. An adjective.
Yes.
Oh. So cute is an adjective for cat.
Yes. So this is an adjective phrase. The red group does the job of an adjective. The whole thing as a whole functions like an adjective. It goes into an adjective spot in the sentence.
Wait, so what's unusually doing to cute?
Modifying it.
What is unusually? Is it like an adjective?
No, it's an adverb, which is a modifier for a non-noun.
Oh, huh. I thought adverb was a modifier for verb.
Yeah, the word tricks people.
Huh. Okay, adverb modifies not a noun.
Yeah, so you can look at different groupings, like here we have very quickly, what is this?
Okay, very quickly. What is this? Okay, so what was this thing called? That was called an adjective phrase. So I think this would be an adverb phrase.
Yeah, because quickly is an adverb. And then what about down here? We have another phrase. The day.
Okay, the day. So this would be a noun phrase. It's a phrase, and it starts with an. Wait, is day a noun?
Yes.
Okay, then it would be a noun phrase.
You have like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, they're things. Okay, so you see how there are groups within groups. And we could even circle individual words.
Okay. Okay, so this is a group, then this is a group, this is a group, this could be a group, this is a group. I guess that's a group. Okay, it seems kind of weird that single things can be groups.
Well, like we could circle that, and we have this one word group. What is this one doing?
Okay, what? Okay, I think it might be an adjective. I forget what the an A is, but they seem like
Yeah,
adjectives that modify nouns.
yes. It's an adjective. It's also called a determiner or an article.
Does it matter to figure out what those are right now?
Nope. Okay,
Okay.
now I'm gonna make a big circle. What's in this circle?
A sentence.
Yep. So now we have a group. Now we have groups within more groups. I added a bigger group. Okay, so depending on what you're doing, you look at different size groupings, and which one is useful depends on what you're trying to do. Make sense?
You're doing look at different size groupings. Which one is useful? Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so let's look at the article again.
Okay.
So the sentence's verb is the verb phrase very quickly ate, and then phrase's main word is the verb ate, and it has one modifier, very quickly. Very quickly is an adverb phrase, with the main word quickly and the modifier very. The main word of the phrase is the highest one in the tree, the parent. Okay, and then the subject is the noun phrase, the unusually cute cats. Yeah, so you got this, right? We already went through all this.
Subject is a noun. Do I get it? I think so. I'm not following
I felt
along.
like
This
I was
is
just
reading these
repeating
things.
all the stuff we just said. Try reading it yourself and see if it makes sense.
Okay. Okay, so sentences, verb is a verb phrase. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so this is a verb phrase. Uh, is this a verb sentence?
Sure.
Huh.
Not standard terminology, but not wrong.
Okay, so that's a verb phrase. This can be a verb sentence.
Okay, the thing about calling it a verb sentence, well,
Yeah.
it's fine. There's already a word for that, which is simple sentence.
Oh.
Simple sentence or a one clause sentence is a sentence where the root node is a verb.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Okay. I think it could. Wait, I forget what a clause is. I think this is too many things to be a clause.
Incorrect. That's a clause.
Oh.
A clause is just a simple sentence. It's just a sentence with a subject and a verb, and no conjunction to add more verbs.
Okay, so if we had a bigger thing with more verbs, then it wouldn't be a clause.
Right. If you start
Like the
adding
entire
and, you might have more clauses.
Yeah. One thing I'm not sure about how to deal with is like if it was the cats ate and played. That seems like it
So
might be
that's
more
not
advanced.
multiple clauses. That is just a compound verb. Like the verb slot is ate and played.
Oh.
So
Well,
together they make like a fancy verb. Normally we have the action verb ate or the action verb played, but we're making the new action verb ate played, where you do both.
so would it be like written like this?
You could write it that way. That would be clear.
Okay. Is there a way to select everything to the right?
It's not actually how I'd write it, but it's fine. You understand what it means.
Okay.
Right, and so you can have that with other parts of the sentence too, like cats could be cats and dogs. And basically where cats goes, you just put cats and dogs. Like you want the group cats and dogs to play the role that cats used to play.
Yeah, so it would also be like cats, dogs in one slot.
Yeah. I mean, conceptually that's fine. That's the thing that's happening. Is cats dogs is replacing cats. That slot. Just like you could have 8 played instead of 8. Double pizza. Yep.
And okay, so you can have a bunch of things like that.
Yeah. That is
Okay.
one of the things the word and can do.
Hmm.
You can also have like or. So the cats or the dogs. 8.
Yeah, they could be like ate or dance, not quite sure which.
Yeah. I think they're eating or dancing. It was hard to tell. I was very far away and it was foggy. Okay, so
Alright, I
right.
need to read.
Keep reading the rest of the phrases part.
Okay. Sentences. Okay. What's the phrase again? Which was verbs? I forget what a phrase is. It's a not clause. That's pretty much all I know.
Smaller group.
Okay. It's like if you only look at this would still be a verb phrase, whatever. If it was literally just the word ate, it would be a verb phrase, I think. Okay, sentence and verb is verb
Sure.
phrase.
You don't normally call one word things phrases, but you can, and it's convenient sometimes because you can say that a sentence always has a verb phrase in it. You don't have to say a verb phrase or a verb. You don't have to bother because a verb count.
Okay. Could this be a sentence phrase? No, it's not a phrase.
No, phrases are smaller than that.
Sentence clause.
Sort of.
Okay, we're 8 and one modifier. I could very quickly adverb phrase. Yeah, it's like point is to modify the verb. It's not a noun, so it has to be an adverb phrase. If it was like modifying a car, then it would be a adjective phrase. And read quickly, and then modifier quickly vary. Subject is a noun phrase. Yeah, it can literally just be a noun, then it's a noun phrase. And then it has like its own modifiers in it. So like This could be the noun phrase, and then you can go even deeper and say, oh, this is a noun phrase, and then this is a adjective phrase. And then this is also an adjective phrase. Sure, why not? Yeah, subject. Cat. GQ. Now the kibble has a modifier, and this is a adjective phrase. Preposition.
BRB, I can still hear.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Other phrases. Good. Okay. Cute unusually is a phrase. You don't need to specify which phrase it is if you don't want to. Inside of the phrase, cats, dogs. Wait. Okay, so I think 8 danced can be a phrase, and then cats, dogs can be a phrase, and then, well, okay, 8 is a phrase, and cats is a phrase, then kibbles can be a phrase, so you can combine phrases to be a sentence.
Yeah, you combine phrases to get a sentence. In particular, you combine a subject and a predicate. Predicate is the name for a phrase consisting of the verb plus the object or complement plus all the modifiers. So if you have the subject and the predicate, then you have everything in the sentence, unless there's conjunctions.
Wait, so predicate is specifically object, verb, and modifiers?
Yeah.
Okay, so
In other words, everything but the subject in a simple sentence.
wait, so would this be the predicate or would this be the predicate?
The first one. Yeah, that.
Okay, so this is the predicate.
Not the stuff that's a child of the subject.
Huh.
The
What's the
stuff that's a
point?
child of the subject counts as part of the subject.
What's the point of the word predicate? I'm not sure what the point of not including the subject is.
Because it means the verb part of the sentence, kind of. It's the way people think about sentences.
Huh.
Because they sort of have the subject half and the rest, which they think. Some people treat it sort of like the subject and the verb are equal, which I don't really agree with.
Okay. I do tell. Guess what? During the day. Yeah. Okay. Okay. One use verb phrase to mean predicate. Huh? Okay. So what is a verb phrase? This. Okay. Then standard terminology uses it to mean predicate. So it means this. Oh boy. Okay. The verb plus its object verb is object modifiers. So verb object modifiers. These are modifiers. Okay. Simple verb phrase to mean verb plus the adverbs modifying it. Okay. Verb. Adverbs. Is during the day an adverb? It's modifying something that's not a noun, so sure.
Yeah, you can include it or not include it, like, because it's separated in the sentence. Like we have cats very quickly ate, and these words are like next to each other. So grouping them, just these words makes sense, and then you can also group them with during the day because it's a modifier. You can go either way depending on what your point is.
Okay. During the day. Wait, so this could be a simple verb phrase, or this you can like remove the during. Wait, how do you remove during? I don't know if there's a way to unselect it. Okay, so it could either be like this could be the simple verb phrase, or this could be the simple verb phrase, like either one.
The simple verb phrase would not include the kibble.
Simple. Wait, so let's just simple verb phrase again. I think I missed that. Let's use simple verb phrase to mean a verb plus the adverbs modifying it. Kibble isn't an adverb; it is a object. So it'd be like.
Yeah.
Okay, so either of these could be the simple verb phrase.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think I read the section. I don't know what it's called.
I have max at 7.
Okay.
But we can start looking at clauses. Well, I made this section really short.
The section really short. Clauses are the simple sentences of our sayings. That's
If you have a simple sentence, just like a subject and a verb and an object, that is one clause. So here we're going to look at complex sentences, which means more than one clause.
I can kind of see why but might be controversial to whether it can like start a sentence now that I understand grammar more.
Oh, yeah, no, using but to start sentences is fine.
Huh.
That's not a big deal. But, because you can also use and to start a sentence.
If you can use a preposition to start a sentence, then it like, doesn't really matter, I guess.
But is a conjunction.
Oh, it's a conjunction? Okay, well I missed something.
Yeah, the word but is like the word and.
Okay, and. Is and a preposition.
So, notice how many verbs are in this sentence?
Okay, we have likes 2.
Yeah, so 2 verbs.
And 4 nouns. Each verb is getting 2 of the nouns.
Yep. So, but is a conjunction, which we get to in the next sentence, but it joins things like and.
John likes cats and Sue likes songs, but it's going to join the clauses together into one sentence. Okay. If it is a weekday.
Yep, there's a verb.
Okay.
What other verbs?
Okay. I realize. Okay. Verb. What is a verb? It can either link or it can be an action. Okay, so.
Yeah, what are the actions?
Okay, there's relax and snore. I don't know if both of those are verbs.
Yep, they're verbs. I
Okay.
relax, like there's a person actually doing the action. I snore, you have a subject with the verb. That's a good hint.
Subject with a. And then through and school aren't verbs. It's like specifying
Right. Okay, where are the nouns?
nouns. Is weekday a noun?
Yep.
Okay. I1, I2 in school.
Yep, and one more.
No? Okay. If it
Yeah, it. It is
huh.
a thing.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5 nouns and 3 verbs.
Yep. Okay, do you know what this word here is? Through?
Not offhand.
It's a preposition. You can look it up.
Okay. So I can like go on the Merriam-Webster through. And then it shows it being a preposition.
Yeah, so through school is modifying snore. It tells us about the type or the nature of the snoring. Gives us more info about the snore.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah, thanks. Okay. It's telling us about the snoring. It's like he snores through school. Okay. So what
Yeah.
is?
And then there are 2 more words in the sentence that are notable.
Okay. After. Okay. After. I relax after weekday. All right. Weekday is a day that's in the week. A weekend is a day that's not in the week, like the working week or whatever. I don't know what it's called. The 5 days where you work or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it is a weekday, so like, assuming it's a weekday, this sentence takes place.
Yep. That's what it means.
Okay, and then he relaxes after the school part, or after he snores through school.
Hmm.
Snores like higher up because it's like a verb.
Yeah. So can you figure out the main clause here?
Amazing. If it is a weekday.
Nope. So you
Uh,
were saying that was like a condition.
yeah.
If this condition is true, then something else is true. So it's not the main thing, it's the limiting factor.
Uh, huh.
So it's the main thing that's like the main thing you're saying.
It's the main thing. Uh, huh. Okay, so I relax after seems like it also is a condition. Like
What
it's
does the after
specifying
apply to?
after he snores through school. You have
Yeah,
to snore
okay.
through school before you can relax.
Okay, so the way it works is I relax is the main clause.
Oh.
Then if it's a weekday as a condition,
Mm-hmm.
that tells us whether or not we're relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
And after I snore through school is also kind of like a modifier that's giving us more information. It tells us when we relax.
Oh, I guess. Okay, so like after I snore through school is like the modifier.
Yeah, it
Huh.
works similar to a modifier. And then if it's a weekday is similar to a modifier, adding a condition and then adding info about when.
Yeah, I guess you can do that.
So,
So
how many clauses are in this sentence?
how many clauses? Okay, clause is not a phrase. So what is it? It is a simple sentence. Okay, so if it is a weekday, I think that's a clause. I relax, that can be a clause, sure. I snore through school can also be.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it. So each of the parts with a subject and a verb.
Actually, you can just do it is a weekday. You can skip after and if.
Yeah, that's debated or can go either way. Whether you include the conjunction in the clause or not.
Okay. Relax, then. But I'm not sure how to treat this. Like, I want to start with subject I with relax. I think that's the subject. Are there any other subjects? Is
I is
everything
a
that's blue a
subject of relax.
subject?
Well, this one's not.
Okay, so
This one's not. This one's a complement, and this one is a prepositional object.
yeah. Prepositional object. Okay, so prepositional object. That's like the noun from a preposition.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the preposition. Like then. I'm trying to tree this right now.
Yeah, so there's two different ways to tree conjunctions. And both of them are they're a little more complicated.
Oh. Huh. Hmm.
Just a little. They're not that bad.
Okay. I think I can start with just treeing clauses, and then I can try to combine them later.
Yes, do that.
Has. Okay, and this is going to be a preposition, whatever. It should be the right order anyway. Wait. Yeah, that's how you go. Okay. Okay, so it is a weekday. How do I do that? It is a noun. Is it the subject? It doesn't seem like it's a subject. I don't know how to do it is a weekday. I'm gonna just try, whatever.
Yep, you
Yeah.
got it. There's nothing else to do.
Okay.
We're linking it to weekday.
Oh, hey. It on a dictionary. It. What is it? A pronoun.
That's a type of noun.
Okay, so noun. Sure.
Yeah.
Use this. That one used as subject or direct object or indirect object. That was a lot of things.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
A very common word. You're used to it anyway.
Okay, so now I have these things. How are they combined in this sentence? Okay, if
Okay, so there's two ways to do it. Okay, so the words we have are relax, if is. I'm gonna skip all the subwords, and then we had after and snore. So this is one of the ways you can do it. You can have the main verb up here, and then you link the additional clauses using their conjunctions.
okay, so I'm just gonna make one of my own. Okay.
And then
Relax.
the other way to do it is I got max in 5 minutes.
Okay.
If.
Okay. Non-verb being on top seems weird. Unusual.
Yeah, because you're used to doing it the other way. Anyway, I like option 2 better in general. Because
Say what?
so option 1
Okay.
makes
Option
these things, it emphasizes them as modifiers,
one.
right?
Yeah.
They just look like extra modifiers. However, unlike regular modifiers, they are basically like entire sentences, like they're clauses. So a
Yeah.
clause is more important than a regular modifier in general.
Yes.
So
Yes.
because it's more important, I like the other version, which gives them their sort of full status more. So the other version is we have a link.
Okay.
We're linking things together, and then here are the things, and they all got linked together. Basically, we're just doing and verb 1, verb 2. This is the basic strategy. It's how you link them together. And the other strategy is V1 child is and, then child is the. So I like to have the and on top in general, which emphasizes that both things are major components of the sentence. So I make them closer to equal instead of less equal.
That's
It's a little tricky because they're not perfectly equal, especially with a verb like after or if. A conjunction like after or if are not equal conjunctions.
conjunction like after and if are not equal conjunctions.
Yeah. And is the most equal conjunction. It's the fairest. Whereas if is like relax is more important than is, and relax is more important than snore. So they're not like totally 100% equal.
Okay.
But I emphasize the equality in general.
Like
I think it's closer.
one way of doing it seems like, what the hell? Okay, I think I need subject 6.
We only allowed to have 5 trees in a document or something?
What the?
Wait, you got a bunch down there. They're just moving.
Okay, I'm just gonna delete those. Okay, then I want to bring this up here. Okay,
Oh,
I
there's
need
no
to move that.
space. It didn't fit, so it pushed it down. You're putting in like too small a gap.
Yeah. Okay, one way of doing it seems okay. This was like played and dance, so you could do one way of doing a tree. Oh god, no. Okay, so we need to move this one up here. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna delete that one. What is this? Dance. Okay, one way of potentially doing a tree, kind of, but I don't think would be a tree, is like combining these into and.
Oh, kind of like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can show you how to draw that later, with the and on top. Well, basically, you just have the and on top, and then you have played and danced under it, and then all the other stuff also under the and, because the and represents the played and danced, because it's the parent or the leader.
So would the played and dance be all the way on the left of the tree?
Yeah, they would just be on the left under the and.
So it'd be like,
Or you could put the subject to the left, actually, if you wanted.
oh, hey, you can just add it to the tree.
Yeah, you could do it like that. It's kind of unclear because you can't really tell how many things are getting anded together.
Huh.
Right, so you might want like extra like notes or words or something.
Like quickly could be. Wait, could it be a verb? Maybe not. Merriam-Webster, go.
Quickly
Quickly.
is an adverb. Things that end in ly are adverbs.
Oh. Hi, that was like something. Like on the same site, that was like something about prepositions. It also showed like a list of some things that weren't ly. Maybe it was like the adverbs or adjectives. There's something where there's a lot of lys.
Ly is adverb.
Okay. Yes, there's a list of adverbs without ly. Lee.
Yeah, there's common word endings like tion, Sean, is a noun, and ness is a noun.
Yes. Sure.
And ing is a noun.
Mm.
Like creation ends in tion, that's a noun. Or coolness ends in ness, that's a noun.
Wait, so you can tell what the word is from like the endings. Like if it ends in an S, that's gonna be a noun.
Frequently, yes. Not every time. There are a lot of hints about what words mean or do from their start, their end, and their ending, and just also everything else. But yeah,
Just like not always 100% correct answer, but it's like big hint.
yeah, like there's os o phi.
Uh, okay.
Or maybe it's just ophi or something.
Philosophy. Can
Yeah,
you be phobosophy?
right. Maybe that's a bad one. What is it? There's a bunch that sound the same, like um
You can have,
sociology and
there's like philosophy, but you can have, instead of phil, you can be phobe, I think.
oh, is that a thing? I don't know.
Like you can be, what are the phobes and the phils? Like phil is love and phobe is like hate or something.
Oh yeah, that sounds right. Phobec. And yeah, Phil is love. But it's ology, that's the common one. So you have like zoology and sociology and biology.
Okay, and philosophy is like field of just knowledge. It's like just knowledge in general, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Sophie equal knowledge.
Sophie phobia.
I don't know. This is from Greek.
I think
Philosophy
it could
comes
be a
from Greek.
Sophie phobic.
Yeah, something like that. That's not English though. Like only some of them turned into English words. Max is not
Oh,
responding currently, by the way. That's why I'm still
huh.
here. I messaged him. He went offline and then he came back online.
Huh.
Oh, there he is. Okay, I'm gonna go now.
Okay, but
But I'll be starting stream again.